But if Shane and Jennifer want to get me back to clear the place a little bit later on, they often hire me in at closing time to sing a song, crack glasses and clear a room. I'm excellent at that. So ladies and gentlemen, we're watching the live feed here from the MV Shingle. We're saying it's definitely making progress to the seabed. And I know I was laughing. Leslie said she had made a call out to one of the boats, and I think it's all perspective, isn't it? They're so close up to it, they can't see as much of the perspective of it going down as we can see here on the live feed. We were laughing. They were saying, I don't think it's going down at all. So definitely we've seen a little bit of progress on that. And as I said, we'll keep you up to date, and everything is going swimmingly. No one appreciates my comedy. I think I should be a stand-up comedian, but anyway, I tell myself that quite often, maybe for all the wrong reasons. So ladies and gentlemen, as we said, we're here in the Ocean Sands Hotel. The Ocean Sands is just the ideal location for people who will be coming to this artificial reef over the next number of years. We're delighted to be here today and being hosted by the Ocean Sands, because I think you couldn't be in a better spot. I always love coming down anyway, because you're right in the heart of Enniscrone, but you're able to see a live feed, you can see the sea behind you, and they organise the weather as well, which I think is absolutely amazing that they could do that. So I'm delighted to welcome the General Manager, Jennifer Howley, to the stage now. Jennifer, join us up here and we'll have a bit of a chat. And I know we're going to face this way for Ian and the gang, because right now I think you are hearing us on the live feed, overlaying the images if you're watching around the world, and I believe there are a large number of people watching right across the counties that are involved here, but a little bit further afield as well. So hello to all of you, and we're delighted you could join us this afternoon for this very historic occasion as well. Jennifer, thank you for being with us. As I said, we're here in the beautiful surroundings of the Ocean Sands. I don't need to laud it to you, because you know exactly its location and its importance. It's a fantastic day, isn't it?
It's absolutely brilliant, and I thought we would never see this day many months ago, and every single month it was, oh, we'll have progress next month, we'll have progress next month. And at the beginning of the summer it looked like it was green for go, and it really wasn't until Sunday afternoon. And it's unbelievable the effort that has gone into this for well over a decade, and the vision for long before that. So I want to say well done to the Killala Bay Ships to Reef group, who never stopped believing that this could be possible. And for today to be standing here looking out on Killala Bay for Ireland's first artificial reef to soon to be sunk out in the bay, it's phenomenal, and it's great to have it literally on our doorstep. So we're over the moon.
Yeah, and I mean, Jennifer, it's one thing this happening, and an awful lot of hard work went in from various groups, and we spoke a little bit to Edel about that, but sometimes seeing the potential can be the hard thing, and I know from a long way out you saw exactly that.
Yeah, so from years ago there was an information evening here. It was actually in the hotel where the group came and kind of spun this idea that this was going to happen, and it was hard to buy into it at the time, because it was so far away and it wasn't tangible, and it was hard to talk to people about it, but they just didn't give up. And then last year the group came to Enniscrone and they came and spoke to the community, and that evening I came back here to the hotel and I spoke to the owner the following morning. I was so excited about it, and from last July till today it's been it's hard to describe the potential that I can see, and the potential for the region. So from like the hotel's point of view, like we've the best seat in the house. We're perfectly pitched to go and view this reef in soon, hopefully, and as well as that from a destination for a holiday. So like I suppose the divers is one thing, but there's families with these divers, so the amount of bed nights it's phenomenal, the potential for the region, I suppose going forward. It's not from now, it's a 50-year project. Today is the first day of many.
Yeah, and you mentioned there, it's all of that spins out from it. I think that's really important, and Edel alluded to that. You know, you can say, okay, we have one area sectioned off here with the divers, but you're going to have people who no more than I think when we had the plane over the way, the people want to come and just see it and say, this is a historic thing to have happened. This is something that's very different. It's very innovative. And as you said, the Ocean Sands will be the hotel of choice on Killala Bay to base yourself and do that as well.
Yeah, and I suppose like where we are, I said we're perfectly pitched. I suppose we can cater to a lot of groups, individuals, to families, and like the potential for visiting the region. So like between North Mayo and Sligo, and particularly Enniscrone, it's the ideal base to start your holiday. And there's huge potential, not just in Ireland. There's a huge demographic of divers in Ireland, but then you have the UK, and then our proximity to Knock Airport, which will bring Europe, hopefully, visitors to us in the coming years. So the next plan would be to get this dive centre going and just keep the ball rolling and get the guests here and get them out there and enjoy it and enjoy the area.
Just briefly, so for people who mightn't know exactly, what kind of are the immediate plans or the plans for the next couple of years? I know it's a long-term project.
So I suppose from our point of view in Enniscrone, the idea would be that local divers and Irish divers will be able to come with their own boats and go out and dive the reef, by themselves, and then eventually, be able to get chartered boats out to it. We'll be able to host a dive centre. The long-term goal would be to have a dive centre here and maybe a dive school. And, maybe next summer you'll be able to try a dive in Enniscrone and part of your holidays, so you'll be able to do a surf lesson, a round of golf, do try a dive, and then out on your stand-up paddleboard. And, it's endless the amount of water activities then for Enniscrone, and you're here right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, I'm going straight upstairs to book my holidays for next year for Enniscrone before the rooms are booked out, and I'd advise any of you here, if you're not from the immediate area, to do the exact same, and if you are, maybe just take a night away from the house. And all the housework. Jennifer, thank you so much. We're really excited about this, and thank you for having us here today as well.
And thank you so much, everyone, for coming today and for all the effort that went into putting today on. I know it was very hard to plan it because it was very much a moving target, and I'd like to thank the staff, and particularly my brother Shane and Leroy and all the staff here that have put serious effort into putting on this production today. We've worked on it for a good few months now to plan something that was moving all the time, but it's great to have the base here and everybody using the hotel as their base for today, and all the fun and later on as well. So enjoy your evening, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I think a sign of things to come, isn't it? Jennifer Howley, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, get up the stairs now and start booking your breakaway or get in touch with the family, because definitely we're talking about the Ocean Sands being the hotel of choice in Killala Bay. I just can't see why, it's perfectly placed, and we'll be reminding people of that throughout the course of the day. So I think Leslie maybe has some more news for me here. Is it Paul Daniels and the glamorous assistant, and you're the glamorous assistant? Oh, brilliant. So we have the Director of Services from Sligo County Council, Dorothy Clark here. Dorothy, we thought you were going out in a boat. I was told you were sailing the high seas. Come on up here, give Dorothy a big round of applause. We had to get her back in a huge expense. I said I saw a helicopter down there on my way down. Was that yours, Dorothy? Yeah, it was. Yeah, we flew you back in. Dorothy, thank you so much for being here with us. We had a lovely chat with Edel to open the afternoon. And, from both local authorities' perspectives, this is a really exciting day, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I have to, in fairness, I was here in the Ocean Sands quite a number of years ago. I was invited to, or would I say coerced, invited, I'll say, Joe, by Councillor Joe Queenan, to a meeting. And we met the Loftuses from Ballina, and they were talking about the Ship to Reef project. Now, that was before COVID, so it's quite a number of years ago. So we know that a lot of planning and thought and negotiation and working with the revenue commissioners and all of that has gone into, I suppose, to what's happening here today. And I'll tell you, if this happened last week or any other week, I don't think it would have been as I suppose the weather has really added to it. And I suppose from our perspective, from Sligo County Council's perspective, and from Councillor Queenan's perspective as well, we're delighted to be part of it, because while we know that, and in fairness to Mayo County Council and to the Sub-Aqua Club and all of that, they would have perhaps started the project, but we certainly won't be found wanting in supporting it and in, I suppose, hope evolving the project from here. And even just there earlier, while we were waiting on a boat that never came. Anyway, we opted, we let other people go on the boat. But we were just talking about, well, where do we go from here? Now that the actual ship is here and it's a wreck and it's that artificial reef which can be, I won't say exploited, but it can be used for diving and all of that. So it certainly is another attraction, from, I suppose, from West Sligo, from Killala Bay, from Enniscrone's perspective, from Killalla's perspective, that we can use to promote water-based activities, outdoor activities here in this beautiful part of the world. So, and I suppose from here on in, do we talk about, well, what land-based facilities are required to actually complement and augment and supplement what we have here now? And that's obviously what we will be thinking about, and certainly we'll be talking to Mayo County Council about it. Our tourism officers will be promoting it, and but a lot has been done, and I know it has taken quite a while to get it to this stage, many years. So I suppose it's another phase of it now has to start as to, well, how do we maximise the opportunity that we have here now?
That's so key, I think, Dorothy, and that crossed my mind, I suppose, because I know it's brilliant to have the bodies who are involved are all so important. They bring different elements, and I think that's fantastic, because that shows that cohesiveness, that working together. But sometimes, it can happen. It can happen in your own personal life. You get something big comes along. You have to get to that point, and then it's the work afterwards can be just as important. So it's the evolution, as you said, is very important now.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's how we can make sure that we can optimise and maximise the benefit back to the local community here in Enniscrone, Killala, and this West Sligo, North Mayo area, how the tourism sector can benefit, whether it's by way of accommodation, hospitality, or other types of services that would be required. So, I mean, that's the whole idea behind it, because what we want to do is to make sure that we can have a sustainable tourism product offering in this area. And of course it is going to be based on our landscape, on the outdoors, on activities and all of that. This is certainly going to add to what we have. But I think we've a good bit of work to do to kind of, rebirth it again or whatever else. And I suppose that's what we will be thinking about over the next while, as to, where does it go from here? What do we need to do?
Yeah, and it is fantastic to have so many, I think, brilliant heads together from the different perspectives have come together to do this. I started by saying how exciting it is, and it really is. This is really innovative, isn't it? I mean, it is a first for Ireland. We're watching it happen here.